All right, so I want to welcome everybody to today's Work On It weekly episode. I want to make sure that everybody can hear me. Hopefully, you've signed up. If not, what I have done is while you are in here for the workshop, you will actually see on your panel some settings. So you want to make sure that your audio settings, you'll see your audio settings in the bottom of your screen, and then you'll see a chat, raise your hand, lower your hand, and a Q&A. This will be at the footer of your site. And so if you have a question, definitely raise your hand or type in your question in the Q&A box. If you would like to chat or see when I say I just put a link in the chat, when you click on that little chat button, you'll see the link. The first link that I just put in was a link to our Work On It Wednesday website, the direct link. So that way, when you want to register for the following workshop, then what you can do is come in and get on the invitation list. And this is basically where we will send you a reminder to come and sign up. Now, seating is limited in our workshop. So what we want to do is, if you know that you can attend, we definitely want you to attend. Now, each month we'll have the next webinar. So you'll see today's webinar date. And when you click on this link, that was when you registered. If you are wanting to register or be notified of the new date or the next month's date, definitely put your name and email and we'll keep you informed and remind you when to come and register to save your seat for the following workshop. Now, these are free workshops, and most of you guys may or may not know that we have been doing a Work On It Wednesday, and that has been found in our Extreme Insight. So anytime that it's a Wednesday, we do something to work on it, something to help you grow your business, and that's what we're here to do. So depending on where you're at and how you found us, we're just excited to have you, whether you are a current Extreme Smart Up client or on one of our product solutions or guide platforms. So let's go ahead and jump in to the presentation. I know that as a business owner, your time is just as valuable to me, to you, as it is to me. So we're going to start our presentation right now. All right, so welcome to the Work On It Wednesday. Hopefully you've gotten all the details on how to raise your hand and where to click on the link. So again, if you click on the chat link, you will see the link to go ahead and register and make sure to get notified of current webinar workshops. Now you can keep that link. I'll keep it up the whole time during our workshop. That way, if you're not quite sure just yet, you want to watch this one first, no worries. We want you to definitely be a part of Extreme Smart Up. Our whole initiative for 2019 is to smart up. So this is our workshop kickoff. Starting the first Wednesday of every month, we will be doing a workshop webinar. Now, if for some reason we need to change that date, let's say it's a holiday or something crazy, we're going to let you know, and you'll be able to register for that following date, but it will always be on the first, or worst case, the second Wednesday of the month. Now, what do we cover? Well, we're going to cover a ton of topics. And of course, we're relating this because we want our clients to have a way to jump in once a month, ask questions, learn something new that are related to our products and our programs. So that's what we're here to do. But we also want to focus that if you are not a current client, but if you're on a guide, we want to make sure that you are doing everything you need to be doing for your business. So we cover get online, get social, get local, get mobile, and of course, get sales. And this is what this is all about. We want to make sure that you grow your business, right? All right, so our workshop mission is really to help provide solutions for your business. We want to help you captivate new clients, get their attention. We want to help you convert prospects and visitors into clients and customers. We also want to help you cultivate client relationships and, of course, your business growth. So our mission in these workshops are to primarily focus on helping provide these solutions. Now, launching a website is easy, But growing a business requires strategy. And we found a lot of people don't have websites. A lot of people are using Facebook. So we're going to really focus in these workshops on converting visitors into raving fans, right? Converting people that come to your website, increasing your website traffic, SEO optimization, improve visitor navigation. You know, what's happening when they come to your website? Is it working? Is it not working? We're going to help you learn how to collect more emails. We call this list building. Content. We want you to educate and relate to your customers. So we're going to be covering a lot of that. Increase website traffic. Website traffic with WebExley or whatever website platform you are on. And then, of course, you've got to identify your revenue opportunities. So with being in sales and marketing for, over 30 plus years, that's what we want to help you do. All right, so you found us on the guide. So if you're on the wedding guide or music box, or you're a pizza restaurant owner, or you are a Texas small business owner, that's okay. We know that you are here from one of those guides. Whether you're on the guide or not, we're always going to have something that relates to you guys. Remember, our guides are free to research and connect. Great SEO, list building for niche industry markets. And this is what we wanted to do. We wanted to focus on this to help you guys just get found. So if you're not on any one of these and you're in that category, definitely go jump on. You'll see there's a free membership. The solutions that we talk about when we talk about captivate, convert, and cultivate is Extreme SmartUp is our company, right? We take businesses from kickstart position all the way to extreme, and we watch and love being a part of your business growth. And within Extreme SmartUp, we've provided a lot of digital marketing solutions, and WebExley is our website builder. So if you go to WebExley, you can learn more about that. You'll hear me talk a lot about tips and tricks with regards to WebExley, especially with regards to getting sales. This new year, we have embedded a funnel tool inside our website builder. We're the only ones worldwide that have actually integrated this into the same software you use for your website. So it's very cool. We also have launched our Extreme Social Report this year in 2018. This is an all-in-one social media management software. And then, of course, our Extreme Local, which really helps you get found on local directories, apps, and maps. So when you hear me talking about your website or WebExley tips and tricks, social media report tips and tricks, or local, of course, I'm going to relate it to the products that you're already using. So hopefully we can help you grow within that category and within that solution. Again, the ultimate goal is to captivate, convert, and cultivate your business growth. So whether you're using our tools or another type of tool, I don't mind, and I will reference those. But of course, I'm going to talk about Extreme SmartUp products and services. Now, the whole goal of our workshop Wednesday is really to make sure that we help you get online with website strategy, landing pages, just understanding SEO graphics, and then of course content, getting social media management. How do you build a content schedule? What is a content schedule, marketing plans, and then of course getting local. We're going to focus on local and niche industry directories, apps, maps. What's the quality of where your business is listed? Mobile is so important. Is your website mobile responsive? Can it be accessed from a mobile phone? Are you on Google My Business? And we'll talk about lots more stuff as the webinars go. So remember, these are our hot topics we're going to be covering in 2019. Again, if any of these interest you, please click on the chat button. Be sure to add your name to the list, and we will remind you of the next topic. Now, today we're going to talk about 3 hot topics, kind of really getting you ready for 2019. I want to talk about Elite Wedding Guide, which is our wedding guide, which is one of the niche industry guides. And I want to talk about the Elite Wedding Guide versus the Knot and WEDDINGWIRE, and kind of fill you in on what's going on with this niche industry market, because there's a lot of cool things going on that you may or may not want to take advantage of. And then there's a lot of things that you really I think it would be good to know and understand being a wedding pro really which one's the best. I see this all the time in groups. Which one do I sign up for? Well, I'm going to give you a back end view of the guide so you can see how these are operating. And then, of course, where are you driving traffic? What is your goal for 2019? We're just going to cover quickly how to build a list, how to collect more emails, and just really get you the basics of making sure that you are list building, you're gaining your clients. So we're going to talk first about Wedding Guide versus the Knot and WeddingWire. Change happens, and this last year in niche market industry guides, it has really had an impact. And most wedding professionals are saying, I'm not getting any advertising from the Knot, or I'm not getting any, leads from WeddingWire. And then I'm hearing some people say, I am getting leads, from the Knot, and I am getting leads from the WeddingWire. Or I've also heard things like, you'll spend a 6 months ad spend, right? So you'll spend monthly, and then in 6 months, you finally land that one account, and it's almost a break even. So you're not getting back the return on your investment. So I kind of want to explain to you just a little bit about this. So what I'm going to do is, if you'll bear with me here, I'm going to narrow this slide, so that way I can kind of show you what is going on in these two worlds. I just feel like we just need to be a little educated. All right, so let's go back to the past. I'm going to share this article here in the chat. This was from 2015. And for those of you in the wedding industry, you're probably familiar with Book More Brides. Stephanie has done a lot of training and allowed us access to a lot of our elite wedding guide clients, some great training and some cool stuff. And she wrote an article, this was back in 2015, kind of comparing the WeddingWire and the Knot at that time. Now, as most of you know, they have been bought out. So the Knot has officially purchased the WeddingWire, which I'm going to get to that in just a second. But let me go ahead. I'm going to share this link in the chat because I'm not going to go over this just really for the sake of time, all of it. But I do think it's a good read so you can see what they were doing and what they've been doing with the advantages of disadvantages. All right, so you'll see in this article, they kind of go through the pros and cons of WeddingWire, and then they go through, the pros and cons of the Knot, what it is when you get a free listing, right? And then they go through pricing, which since 2015, a lot of this data has changed. And we're still getting complaints even now into 2018. I'm seeing a lot of people wanting to, put WeddingWire and the Knot and post these in our groups that are for wedding pros. And it's like, we're not going to get involved in the differences between them because we do something completely different. So it's just really important that you understand the difference. So let me kind of go through this and explain the difference. I'm going to open up the Knot, and I'm going to bring over here the WeddingWire. And I want you to see this from a different perspective, not an ad buying perspective, right? Not as a wedding vendor. But let's look as a wedding visitor. I'm a bride, I'm a couple. Where am I going? Because that is your buyer. That is what you are paying hard-earned advertising money to get, is that buyer, right? So you want to get the bride, the couple, the person shopping for the vendor. All right, so I brought these three over here. So let's start first with the Knot. Sorry, this is running just a little slow. I'm trying to minimize some of these screens here. So with the Knot, we all know the Knot has been around for years. I mean, for years. I mean, literally years and years. And the Knot started out as a place for vendors to go and really just kind of showcase their business. And then all of a sudden, the Knot did a shift and said, we really need to provide tools for our visitors and brides. So they started off doing such a variety of tools. How do you budget? How do you plan your wedding? really just great content driven towards an actual bride, somebody who's planning their wedding, trying to find vendors. And then look at what they're doing. So you've got a wedding website. So a couple can go and create a wedding website. You've got a wedding registry, so they can go and set up a registry. They can manage their guest list. They've got a checklist. They've got a budgeter, right? So you see look, wedding day timeline, their vendor list, their favorites. So if you look underneath all of the advertisers is all the tools dedicated to brides and couples to plan their wedding. So what happens is they're marketing to bring in the bride, bring in the couple. So they're getting all these couples. And then what they're doing is they're turning around and they're saying, hey, by the way, we have these great advertisers that you want to buy from. So as a bride, I'm probably going to sign up here because I want the free wedding website, or I want to utilize their tools to plan my wedding. But I'm probably not going to buy all their vendors because maybe they're not in my budget, right? So you're hearing this a lot from brides. And we questioned over 500 wedding pros. We questioned over 800 brides, and we came up with a solution. And that's what made us build the Elite Wedding Guide, was based on what their answers were on the questions that we asked them. So everybody's going to go and set up a knot account because those brides and couples want to plan. So think of it that way. Then when they plan, you can start finding the local vendors. All right, so I'm going to come back to the vendor section here in just a second. But to give you an idea, when I'm a bride and I go to the knot, I'm going to sign up because I want to use these tools. Me and my fiance want to tell our story. We want a website. Now, let's go to the Wedding Wire. Now, the Wedding Wire focuses on finding that vendor. Okay, so they've got a little button here that says, hey, we've got some planning tools, right? So you can still get a wedding website, create your budget, create a seating chart, right? Manage your vendors. And this is why these two are really good. Their focus is getting all-in-one wedding planner. Wedding Wire focus drives you to a find a vendor page, right? So it's not, yeah, we want you to join and we want you to sign up, but it's not the first thought. So it only made sense doing this merger with XO Group, which is, I'm going to give you this so you can feel a little bit educated here from the Business Journal. XO Group is the group that owns the Knot. And in the Knot, these guys are a publicly traded company, XOXO. They do a ton of, they have tons of companies. And so when they bought Wedding Wire for $933 million, that was the deal. They wanted to merge. Now you can see the similarities in the two. The Knot focuses on tools, where the Wedding Wire started to build in tools to start to attract more brides. But again, these guys focus primary on the wedding pros. Now, I've heard a ton of things going on within Wedding Wire, that they're now changing your descriptions. They're trying to better your SEO. And I've heard a lot of people say that's not what we want our page to say. And I've heard about all these changes. So they're really trying to help your SEO by helping you have a good profile. But it is, I understand you're kind of losing some of that control as a vendor. So here's the thing. So you've got the Knot and the Wedding Wire, and you're a wedding pro. So if I'm a wedding pro and I wanted to advertise, I'm going to steer more towards the Wedding Wire, because right here, I can automatically search that vendor. Now, here's the thing. They also do several ad buys. Okay, so we know XO Group, the Knot, has millions of dollars to spend on an ad buy. Okay, so let's talk about this. I'm going to go to Google. So what they're doing is, when you pay money each month, whatever that dollar amount is, whether you buy a 6-month, a month-to-month, I mean, these things are all going to be changing. So whatever you buy here actually helps fund the advertising search. So let me give you an example. I'm on Google and I want to find wedding venues wedding venue. Let's just do wedding venues, just basic. So you're going to see the ads that pop up, your locals. All right. And then you're going to see WEDDINGWIRE pop up right here. Notice it's picking my area. It's near me. So it's picking near my business address. So Grand Prairie wedding venues right here on the WEDDINGWIRE. So if I'm searching for that wedding venue, but what if I'm not searching for that wedding venue near me, right? It's pulling my local location. Now, let's do wedding photography. Wedding photographer. I'm trying to find a wedding photographer. All right, so we've got, of course, our Google ads, and then there they are, WEDDINGWIRE wedding photography. So when you sit there and say, you know what, I'm getting leads. Here's why you're getting leads. Because when they click on these first clicks, if they're not searching locally and they click on, look who's popping up. So I'm not seeing an ad for the knot. And the reason why is because probably searching in the Grand Prairie area is probably not where the knot wants to focus. They probably want to focus on larger cities. So they're going to buy ads in the large cities, Dallas, Chicago, Memphis, New Orleans, Oklahoma. I don't even know if they're going to do Oklahoma, but they're going to pick a bigger city. So they're not going to pay for advertising. So if you're in one of those rural cities, then yeah, your advertising dollars probably aren't coming back into your pocket and you're probably not getting leads. But here's the thing. Let's say I do click on this and I'm a bride. Remember, I'm shopping. I'm the visitor. So it takes me here to a page that is indexed, and I'm looking here. It takes me to a searched index page, photography. It's still asking me where. So it really didn't pick my location, and it's still showing all of the popular people. But where am I looking for? What if I really was looking in Grand Prairie? So I have to come in and put in my zip code. And then even when I put in my zip code, none of these people, oh, wait, here, they're in Grand Prairie. Okay, so here we go. These photographers are in Grand Prairie. Great. So we just found a lot of Grand Prairie photographers. So if you're buying ad, now I've had one click to get to you, but you're paying for advertising to be on the same page with all these other vendors. So if you're questioning, is my advertising working? Is my WEDDINGWIRE working? Is my not working? Yes, it's working because they're using those dollars to buy ads to get you to this page, right? So that's what's happening. Now, here's the problem with that. You're on this page, but as a bride, of course, I'm going to go look for the people, the price, the budget, where I can fit. So then that narrows down the couple search or the bride search and leaves you on this advertised page. So that's the thing about advertising. So when you pay a lot of money a month, it's going to be spent well, but you're paying money to drive not just yourself, but everybody else that's on the same page you are. So that's where your ad spend comes. That's when you say, okay, is this worth it? Is this worth my spend? Am I getting the leads? How's my positioning on this page? And you hear this a lot, and we're always going to tell you, your profile photo is so important, right? It's the $1 million photo. It's the photo they're going to say, oh, I love this photo. Click request pricing. Oh, this captures me. Click request pricing. So the photos are so important. The profile photos are important. This has nothing to do with wedding. So put a wedding on there. Tell me that I want to use you as my wedding photographer. And so that's what's happening. So when they call you and they're saying, hey, you need to change your profile photo, they really mean business, and they're really helping you because they want your advertising dollars and they want you to be the one that's clicked, because then you'll continue to pay advertising. Okay, so that's what we want. And of course, we're going to brag about how many people come in, how many people sign up, and then it creates a dollar value to you as the vendor, how to buy your WEDDINGWIRE. or how to buy your knot. So again, it does the same thing here. If I want to come in here and find local wedding photographers, and it's going to be real interesting to see what happens when these merge, because I'm really interested to see what happens. So look at this. So here's probably why. Let's try Grand Prairie, Texas. Oh, it says city and state. All right, here we go. All right, so I'm doing the same search, and here's my pros that buy advertising. So you see the featured, all the paid positions. These guys are showing up first. Maybe they're doing a promo. There we go. And then you got featured. Again, okay, so here we go. Wedding, or the knot, just says Dallas and surrounding areas. Dallas. So you see how they're picking the major cities? So if you're a wedding pro and you're in a rural city or a city that's not like the top city of the state, you're probably not going to see you as well as you are here looking for wedding photographers in Grand Prairie. So I wanted to show you the two differences. Now it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be real interesting to see how these merge. And I'm noticing more that we are not seeing a lot of duplicates. So here is a featured photographer who is actually in Dallas marketing. Here's a DFW Austin and destination photographer. And when I come over here, here is a Grand Prairie. So if I'm a wedding pro and I'm going to pay a lot of my hard-earned money for advertising, I'm probably going to go with a WEDDINGWIRE account. And that's what a lot of people are doing. But then they're saying they're not showing up when they should. So I think it's really based on how people search. Now, if I'm searching for a wedding photographer and it's near me, whatever I'm logged in, this is how people are finding you. Right here on local. They're going in and saying, oh, here's a wedding photographer. Here's one right here. Here's another one. Google is striving to get your business up there and seen on local. So that's important, right? Well, that's what we do. So here's the difference between when I say WEDDINGWIRE and the knot versus Elite Wedding Guide. There's just a huge difference, because why? Nobody pays a penny to advertise for us. We also do not require you to create a login and password as a bride. These guys do, because they want to track you. They want to track the bride. Well, they also want to track the review data. Remember, they're owned. They're publicly owned. So they want to list build. They are building an empire so they can brag about it, how many people they have. So that will justify the dollar amounts for you to spend in advertising. Well, what makes us different is this. There is no ad spend. We do not do ad spends at all, period. You do not pay to be or advertise with the Wedding Guide. What our VIP members pay to do is to utilize our tools. They get a website, or they get an option of an extreme social report, social media management tool, right? So those are things that help you grow, drive traffic to your website. The other thing that we do with the Wedding Guide is we make it easy to search for the wedding pros. Here's another fun thing. All the content in the WEDDINGWIRE and all the articles that you find in the WEDDINGWIRE and the knot are written by blog writers, right? So all the content that's being provided is a blog writing group of people that come in and write blogs and provide data for the brides and couples to read, right? So the ideas and advice, all these planning 101s, they're all from writers, paid writers. Same with the WEDDINGWIRE. The WEDDINGWIRE. If you want ideas, you can go and read inspirational blogs. What we decided to do that we thought would be different is that all of the content in the Wedding Guide is actually provided by and written by our wedding pros. So guess what? Everything you're reading is an article from a wedding pro. So here's Courtney Lynn Photography, 5 reasons to do a first look. So if I go to read this tip, how cool is this? So when you go to read this tip, it's cool, right? So here's all the tip. You can do whatever you want when you use that feature, but then look where it clicks. Right here to her profile. So when I click on Courtney Lynn Photography, it takes me right to her business profile, and we can learn anything we want to do or learn about this wedding pro. We also drive them to click on the website or drive them to follow your social media. 90% of the traffic is driven to you. Where do you want the visitor to go? Most of them will click on your website. And really right now, 90% of our reports, our profile reports, are showing that people click on your social media or your Instagram if you're a photographer. And the rest are all really Facebook pages. So it's really cool. So we SEO code. So you've got the business name, the location in the URL. We also have it where your profile shows up. And from mobile, they can literally click to call you right here. And if they send you a message, guess what? It goes right to your profile. We don't send this to a bunch of other people and say, hey, you have a lead. We actually send this to you, and then you get an email notification that says, hey, somebody wants to connect with you. But I will tell you, it is very rare. 90% of people, especially photographers, venues, they're going to click on your website. And it's so cool because when you log in as a vendor, you can see how many people viewed your profiles. What are they clicking on? What is your profile photo look like? Are you getting people's attention? All kinds of cool things that you can do. So you can see here, she's got this article in, and then she's got another one in here. So she's added enough content to be showing up under the guides. Now check this out. When you go to our real weddings, this is great because these are actual videographers. These are actual people who have put in a video. So if I want to watch this reception video, look who it is. Real Weddings by Flyby Digital Media. So here's a wedding. I can watch this whole video, or I can say, oh my gosh, I love this video, right? And here's the person, and there's their profile. Click to call, go to their website, or follow them on social media. So like I said, what we've done is we've done a lot to help our wedding pros. You're the professional. You're the wedding pro. You know everything there is to know about your niche industry, right? Whether you're a photographer, a DJ, a wedding planner, you're providing tips that create value content so people do want to connect with you. Now, the other thing that we do is we allow you to add your upcoming event, again, for free. Everybody gets one feature for free. So when you jump in, it's free. And the only reason why we do that is because we want to make sure our VIPs are not just utilizing the website and social media tool, but we know that if you're utilizing that, you're driving more traffic to either your profile or your website. We also have products and services now. We just added a shop online so people can actually shop products that drive people to your website. So a great thing to look at is these invitations here. She sells these online. So when you click on view, and this is a product service tab, we're really excited to add this. So when you click on the product, if you want scrolls for your wedding and you click on scrolls, watch what happens. It just drove right there to their website, how to order the invitations right there. Very easy. And that's what we want to do. Our whole idea is to help wedding pros grow. So the difference between the two are literally night and day. And I'm not trying to say why you should join or why you should pay to be a member. Elite Wedding Guide just does a real simple thing. When you join us, we want everybody on for free because we want to show the world how easy it is. Do you know that brides and couples and your business partners can come and review you on the wedding guide, and it's done within 1 minute, and they do not have to create a login and password. All of it is verified on the back end. So when they go to review you, we get notified and support. The review is double checked by IP address. You know, is it from Russia? Is it a bot? You know, does this look like a legit person? Is this email address valid, right? So once we check all that, boom, it's posted, and there it is on your account. So we do a lot, and I think my computer is freezing up. So we do a lot to help everybody. Again, that is completely free. Now, what we do for the VIP is we write a 500 keyword SEO article called Meet Our Members that is written about you and your business. We ask you some questions, and then we attach it to your profile. Again, we also offer 2 options. So if you need a working website, a very professional website, we use that through our Extreme SmartUp WebExly website builder, and we get you on that. Or a lot of people have been really loving the social media management tool because it really does save about 30 minutes to an hour, literally, on posting scheduling. So we offer these because we want to help you drive. We want you to have a working website. We want to help you drive traffic to your working website if it's already working. Then, of course, we want to write this article about you. We love our Meet Our Members. So when you go to our Meet Our Members, we actually feel like in such an online world, when you get to meet a member, when you feel like you know those owners, look at this, and it links right to your profile. It's just an article. It's Google friendly, easy to find. So again, everything we do. And then of course, you've seen us in our wedding groups. Join our wedding groups. We have these for brides. I'm watching all the brides jumping in right now. Literally right now, they're jumping in. It is getting time. In the next 3 to 4 weeks, you better be doing some posting. So all we want is within our Facebook groups is you to have just a valid profile, and it's free. So we just want you to create a profile, makes your business look legit. And then that way, when you're posting, and once your profile's up, you're free to post in any of our groups nationwide. And when you post in the group, it gives validity to your post. It's not just some spammy post in the group. It's like saying, hey, I'm a legit business. Go check out my reviews. Go check out my business. So, and we do, when you join us, we like you, we share you, we do everything we can, again, for free to help your business grow. Again, on the VIP, the only difference is on the VIP is that you are paying really for an option to have a website or utilize a social media tool. So we just basically provide that for free, and you get the article and unlimited. So I wanted to tell you something. So how do people show up first? Because you always say, okay, so you're not an advertising company, so what's happening? Well, our free members, they show up in 3rd position. So if you do a search result or you're looking for somebody, right? So let's just say venue in Denton, Texas. I'm gonna search for somebody up north. So if we're searching for a venue in Denton, Texas, we're really searching for this. This is who we want. What happens is our 2018 top 20 winners will show up in 1st position. And you say, well, what's that? Do I have to pay to be that? No, we offer this to free and paid members. They are on a VIP. These guys have been with us for years. So it's like, great stuff happening. They're doing great things for their business. Look, they're getting reviews. There's a lot of things that we look at for the top 20, and it'll tell you all right here what we're looking at. Hey, is your website working? Are you providing valuable content to your potential customers? We look at everything. Where are you? How are you on social media? What's going on? And then we reward you. And guess what? So for the whole year, they've been sitting here in 1st position. Then what happens is our VIPs go in 2nd position, right? So they don't pay to be in 1st position to advertise. And then our 3rd position is our free people. They kind of start to show up towards the bottom, of the page. You'll see like the free wedding pros. And so that's really how it works. So we're really just awarding people for doing what they need to be doing. That's part of the Extreme SmartUp way. Do you have a working website? Are you local? Are you social? We'll even do this and go to Google and type in Barnett Estates. So if I'm going to Google these guys, do they own the front page? Do they have a Google card? Yes. And this is why these guys won, because they're doing everything they can be doing, literally, to own the front page of Google. So we love doing that. And if you don't know, keep jumping in to work on it Wednesday, because we'll show you how to own the front page of Google. That's what that's about. All right, so I feel like I've covered this. I hope that I've answered your questions as far as the differences between the wedding wire and the knot. Just as a recap, just think of it as the knot really focuses on paid advertisers in major cities. Even though they have a list of this, your 1,626 vendors in the list, right? Now, they do give you an option to do it by distance, but how many brides really do all this? I mean, I'm actually a web designer, so I look for these things. Wedding wire, make it real easy. I need this in this area, fine. So those are my two differences. You can't negate them both. I'm going to be real excited to see what these guys do. My rumor has it is that they are not going to combine the sites. So that would be interesting. We'll have to see what happens in 2019. My understanding is that they are still going to be two separate sites, and I do see why. But as a wedding pro, I would probably say if you are in a major city, the knot might be where you want to be. If you are in a not so major city, you might want to be in wedding wire, or you may want to do both. It depends on your budget. But for us, you can come in, jump in for free, and we're going to help share, like, and help drive traffic to your website, and however we can to help you grow. And that's what our goal is to teach you how to do those things. We also teach you how to, pick a good profile picture, pick all the things that you need to help your business grow. Okay, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Again, just click on the Q&A and you can ask me those questions and I will answer those. And we're going to be covering a lot. This is a huge topic with regards to wedding wire and the knot in the wedding industry. So definitely check out the groups. We never want to negate and say, hey, we don't like either one of them. So when people try to post negative things in the group, we're not there to do that. We're just not an advertising company. Our goal is to help clients get found. And that's what we want to do. We want brides to find you. We want couples to find you. We want business partners to find you. We do not charge for advertising. We just charge for tools that you need, that you should be using to grow your business. So we make it very simple and provide a solution that's more powerful, we believe, in having a working website or a social media management tool to drive people to your working website than it is to go out and pay for advertising, because we're watching it work. All right, so the second topic we're going to cover, and these will be really quick references, is how are you driving traffic to your business? I just read an article literally in Entrepreneur Magazine that says 50% of small businesses still don't have a website. You guys are still using Facebook as your website. This is your company brochure. You can't control that on a social media platform. You really can't even control that on a niche market platform. You've got to have a website, literally. And then you've got to do the right things to make your website work for you. So what's your plan? How do you plan on driving traffic? Are you going to go spend thousands of dollars on ads? Or are you going to do tiny little things that are going to help your business? You really want to start thinking about this in the next year. So I recommend, it's December, it's the time of the year to create goals. Grow your social media followers. Maybe your goal is to grow your Instagram, or your Twitter. Maybe you want more website visitors. Maybe you want more lead captures, or you want to provide more content to your customers. Like, maybe this year you write a blog once a month and share it on your website. Then, upload it to your website and share it to your social media. So you've got to create these goals for 2019. We want to do what it takes. So these are 4 quick things you can do. 1, ask people to like and follow your page. That's your social media. Start tracking your website analytics. You can use Google or Bing to do this. Create a lead capture form or a funnel on your website. Write a blog, a new article. You can even do video blogs. These are how-to contents for your customers. So definitely start doing this. Start thinking about what you can do for 2019. Remember, Google's #1 goal is not spammy website, not overdone keywords, it's content. So if you're just thinking logically when you're building your website or you're adding content to your website, create something that is a great frequently asked question, most common article, something that's going to help people. And you want to write these for a lot of different things. We've got Google Voice coming, all kinds of things we're going to be covering this next year with regards to voice search, why you need these words, because we're saying, Alexa, find me this. Well, is your website ready for that? Do you have the content that's going to answer that question for that person looking for your product or service? So start thinking about it and then do what it takes. It's very simple, quick solution, easy to do. Make sure your website's working. And we're going to talk a lot about websites. We're going to talk about a lot about funnels because we're the first really worldwide website designer and builder to implement actual funnels. In fact, when you sign up for this webinar, if you signed up on our webinar page, it is a 3-funnel system. So we're going to be talking a lot about that. So here's the thing. We want to tackle our milestones. So going into 2019, let's create our goals. What do we want the first quarter? Let's have our analytics. Let's see what our visitors are, our social media, and our current list. Then let's track what happens January, February, and March. So make your plan now, look at your numbers, look at your stats, look at your Google Analytics, look at your followers, write them down. How many people do you have on your email list, right? Or your list building? Do you even have that? Don't worry, I'm going to cover that here in just a second. The second thing is in March, let's track the first quarter. Let's track the second quarter. Let's track the third quarter. And then by October, let's finish the year off strong. Our whole campaign for 2019 is Smart Up 2019. You're going to see it on everything. Okay, the final thing that I'm going to cover in this workshop today is going to be building a list. And don't forget, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the Q&A. But this one, I'm actually going to be covering, I'll do a quick video on this for Work On It Wednesday for next week, just as a quick 3-minute video. But check this out. So how do you build a list? Everybody keeps saying you got to have a list, build a list, set up a list today. Here's what you're going to do. What's your list model? All right. I did not make millions and millions and millions of dollars in sales without having some way to contact or connect my customers. So if you have a CRM or you're using Google Contacts or you're using MailChimp or some type of email system, you can tag or create these 3 simple list types. Very simple. Prospect, client or customer, whatever you call them. We call ours clients. When you sell products and services, I know people say customers. So create the second list of that. And the third one is your partners. If you're watching this and you're in the wedding industry, who are your partners? Are you working with venues? Are you working with photographers? Are you working with, wedding planners? Who are your partners? You've got to have, these are the 3 simple lists. Take your list and segment it. Prospects could be people visiting your websites, filling out a form. Your current client base, who's bought from you last year, the year before, the year before? Who are your partners? Who have you been working with? Who do you communicate on a daily, weekly, monthly basis? All right, so here's the steps. Step 1, gather the basic data. Real simple. First name, last name, company, and email. That's it, right? You can use Gmail. You can use a CRM. If you're using the Square or some type of payment form like PayPal, you can actually export your contacts from your payment platform and import them into a MailChimp. And you'll hear me talk a lot about MailChimp because it's free for up to 2,000 emails. So I love getting everybody on MailChimp. And plus they're from Atlanta and I've just been working with them for years. They just do what it takes. They make it real easy. So you can literally export from your payment, from your CRM, import it into MailChimp. You've got first name, last name, email, company, and you're ready to go. The step 2 is using the tool. So if you don't have, a Gmail, a CRM, you got to get one. Get something. You can use Google Contacts. There's tons of free CRMs. We're going to be talking about a lot of those going forward in 2019. We found one we love, and I can't wait to share that. I'm going to be sharing that in the next couple weeks. We're running a couple more tests on it, but we found one that we just love. But it may not be for everybody, but wedding industry people, you guys have CRM tools, planning tools, DJs. I know you guys use DJ planning tools. You can import and export from that tool into a MailChimp or an email marketing solution, and all you need is that basic data. Then you're going to create your list, your buyer types, right? We just talked about those, your prospect, your client, your customer, or your partner. So you're just going to create 3 easy lists, and you're going to start putting these people in there. And then once you have them in there, the idea is to grow that list, right? So you can grow and market to that list, but how are you going to grow and add more people to the list this next year? My recommendation, create awesome landing pages. Maybe do an ebook you've been thinking about doing. Go to Fiverr, it's $5. Come up with a topic and have them write you an ebook. It might be 15 or 25 by now, I don't know. But create an ebook, create a frequently asked questions list, or if you're working in a restaurant, menus. I see so many people put free data on their website, and you're just giving it away. You're saying, here's my price list, here's my menu. Put a form on your website that says first name, last name, email. Download my menu, download my pricing, and watch. You will watch your list grow. They may not be ready now, they may be ready later, but you're building your list, and that's one thing that we love to do. All right, so I'm going to open it up to any questions and answers. I haven't had very many, so that must mean I'm doing pretty well. Let me look in here. If you do have any questions, you are welcome to ask them, and I will answer them. Now, if you have not jumped in, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. The reason why I want to make sure that everybody subscribes to our YouTube channel is because every week when you subscribe to the YouTube channel, you can just go to Extreme Smart Up, look for the YouTube icon, and anytime you jump in and subscribe, when we have a new Work On It Wednesday, it's going to notify you on your phone, and you can go watch that quick 1 minute, 2 minute video on how and what to do to get in, to learn something new. So in between the workshops, you are welcome to jump in. And then what we're going to do is you will see a replay on the website for our Work On It Wednesday workshop. So what you'll do is you'll see this one being shown as our kickoff, and you can rewatch it and see anything from the beginning. For those of you that may have come in a little bit later, you can see anything in the beginning that maybe you missed that we can answer for you. If you have questions, just email. You can always email support at any of the guides, or just support at Extreme Smart Up. I hope that we've given you a lot of basic information to get things rolling and really have a successful 2019. More to come, lots more to come. So again, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube, and I think that about covers it. All right, we've got a question here. Okay, this is actually a really good question, and I want to answer this. And I won't go into the name or who's doing this, but I like this question. Is it if you're a small time, you know what? I'm gonna say this. I like to say solopreneur. If it's just you and you're just running your business, is it really important to have an email list? Because you're just doing like one time here, one time there, one time there. It's not as much repeat business. I hear that a lot in the wedding industry. I really do. And the truth is that there's a two-part answer to this question. One, as a solopreneur, you want to build a list. I have a list back when ACT which was the first original database, came out. And it was my first selling job, I think, ever. I was selling software. And it was on an ACT database, and I exported it. And it ended up being, through my time and my life with that company, it ended up being over 2,000 contacts and emails. Now, I put that list aside, didn't do anything with it. Obviously, after I left the company, right, I didn't have any access to that list. I mean, I didn't really have a relationship with that many people, but they knew who I was because I was their account manager. All right. So then years went by and I pulled that list, and, of the 2,000, there was maybe only 400 or 500 people still actively in business. But do you know that I was able to call those people, reunite with those people, and sell them a product or service that I was doing in the future? So while it may not be something that you're growing right now, it could be a list that you can use later. Maybe you write a book, right, about your experience, and then you want to tell everybody about your book. You just never know what the future holds. So creating a list is really important. The second part to answer that question is that, I hear this a lot in the wedding industry. I don't get repeat business. You're right. There is a lot of one-offs in the industry of being whatever it is that you are, whether you're a wedding vendor, a planner, an officiant, a photographer. You say, you know what, I'm only dealing with this person this one time. Why do I need to save their information? Well, I'm going to tell you why. Because they then become a raving fan, or what you might want to put into a client or customer list. Because you're right, they may not ever buy again, and you're not going to email market them every single day. You're just not going to. But once a quarter, I'll tell you what, I tested this with a wedding planner. We did an email once a quarter. We had prospect list, we had customer client list, and then we had a partner list. And we did a quarterly email for each one of those people. And every time we did a quarterly email, there was a booking. What if you created a referral program? In the wedding industry, all it is by saying, hey, give the gift to a friend that you know is getting married. Hire this photographer, hire this officiant. It's just a one email. You don't have to do a million. In fact, I don't recommend it being a solopreneur. You don't want to lose your list. And I think a lot of people will go out and create a list and have this huge list of people they've been working with for years, and then really email them every week. And you're going to lose that. They're going to unsubscribe. You're going to lose that list. But if you keep those great people, when somebody gets married or somebody went to that wedding, they either go like your page, right? Or the bride and groom will say, hey, yeah, use my officiant, use my photographer, use my DJ. And then they have your information and they share it. And it's only because you just sent an email first quarter saying, hey, don't forget about me. Tell your friends and family and I'll give you $25 off. If they mention your name, tell them I'll save them money. I mean, you don't have to give away money. You just have to, remind them, hey, tell your friends and family to come and book me, or tell your friends and family to come and be a part of me. So this is a really, really good question. And I'm always going to recommend build a list for those two reasons. One, you never know where these contacts are going to lead you. And number two, there's always room for a recommendation or a referral. Even if it's an email that goes out after you've done a wedding that says, can you review me? And then you don't send them an email maybe for another 4 or 5 months. Hey, we did your wedding back in this day. Do you have anybody you can recommend? I mean, you've got to keep these people. These are connections and you're growing them. So I hope that answered that question for you. Another question. Okay. This is good. They're coming through here. Okay. What are some of the CRMs that you recommend? Okay. Well, right off the top of my head, there's a lot of free CRMs, but in the wedding industry, my recommendation is if you're using a booking software, like a DJ planner, or gosh, if you're using like a DJ planner, those are great because you're managing your bookings. Let me give you some other ones. This is a company one of our clients is using. I don't know if I'm spelling this right, but give me a second here. I'm going to look it up. One of our clients is using, I believe it's this. No. Tave wedding CRM. Hold on. Google will fix me there. Now here's the gather here. Maybe it's Tave. Maybe it's one of these. Yeah, here we go. All right. So I think this is it. One of our wedding pros loves, in fact, actually a couple of people love this CRM in the wedding world because it actually does things like provide you with a calendar, and then you can embed the form. We just did this for a client, was embed a contact form from this CRM into their website that allowed them to have leads come right into their CRM. So when they filled out the CRM, it literally came right into the CRM and it just flowed flawlessly. So they were able to manage it. And I believe DJ Planner is another one. There's a lot of CRMs that do that. Even MailChimp allows you a way to add on your forms and be able to manage it. It also links a lot of different things like a CRM. I mean, all kinds of cool stuff. There's like tons of stuff. So as far as this goes, that I hope that answers your question. This is one of them I recommend is Tave. The other one, if you're using DJ Planner, I believe it's DJ Event Planner. I really recommend this one. I've had really good experience embedding forms. In fact, one of our clients utilizes the DJ Planner. Here it is, DJ Event Planner. This is the official site for events, music, things like that. Tave is the other one. Of course, you can always go. I know this is way overpriced for a lot of you guys. I know this is a $400 a month tool, but they do offer a free CRM, and that's at HubSpot. You can utilize their free CRM resource. Another one is Zoho CRM that you can use. It's called Zoho. Yep, here's another one, Nutshell. Very familiar with Nutshell. This is a very simple CRM. Again, it all just depends on your budget and how much you want to do. So we start getting into CRM conversations, I can message you privately, maybe one that's going to be better fit for your business. All right, so let me come in here and ask the questions. Okay, and yes, I will give a sample download of the slides. You can definitely get those. I'll have this ready and downloaded. It'll be on the website, and I will email those of you who are attending. You'll get an email invite, and you'll be able to click and download the slides from the Extreme Smart Up page. So we've actually created an Extreme Smart Up page that is going to be keeping track of all of our work on it Wednesday webinars. And so when you click on Work on It Wednesday, I believe we're still, yeah, it's still, here it is, watch the replays. We'll have this a lot bigger and better. So when you click on it, you can actually go into the, on the page, and on the page, we'll have today's webinar, workshop, and the downloadable material. So, and of course, guess what we're going to do? We are going to ask you for your name and email, because we do want to know who's getting it, right? That helps us build our list. So hopefully you'll be able to see that. But again, don't worry. We've already got your email. We're not going to be crazy. We don't like to, it's like I tell everybody, when you're building a list, don't overbuild a list. Just don't overbuild it. Don't over email. The thing that I like about MailChimp is They actually track unsubscribes, how many times you sent people, what you sent them, what they're clicking. Using an email marketing tool is really important for those same reasons, because it really gets into protecting you, and then also gives you some really good insight. Oh my gosh, I'm spending way too much money or too much time on emails. So those are all good. All right, so hopefully that's answered all of the questions right now. Great. Guys, I do hope to spend a lot more time. I wanted this one to be really a kickoff. Let's get into it. Let's start helping each other grow our business. Again, you don't have to be extreme smart up. So if you're a business owner, invite people to jump in, because we're going to give these really cool tips, and they're going to focus on things like your website. We'll use examples of websites that are working. We're going to use examples of all kinds of things. What local is doing, what social is doing, how are you showing up mobily or via mobile, all kinds of cool things. You just want to make sure that you have access to. So definitely check the chat box for the 2 links that I sent you. One for the Book More Brides article that I think is really educational regarding the wedding wire and the knot, even though it is from 2015. The other link shows the link to the Work on It Wednesday webinar. Definitely get on the list. We'll remind you. I know we've got some holidays coming up, so just keep on the list, and we'll remind you when the next one is. And come with questions. Come with questions. It doesn't have to be on the topic that we're covering, because I will open up a question and answer form at the end for you to be able to ask those questions. And let's get some answers and make sure that you're getting use of your products and services and everything. And that's what we're here to do. All right, so this concludes our Work on It Wednesday. Thank you guys so much for being a part of it. And again, if there's anything I personally can do or we can do for you from Extreme Smart Up, whether it's regarding the wedding guide or any guide, just come on. We definitely want to help. And then, I just thought of something. I forgot to add the YouTube link that I promised. I'm going to put this in real quick, so that way you can get instant notifications. I'm going to share this real quick. You'll be able to see this in your chat feature. Just be sure to subscribe. We are obviously, this is our number one goal, is to definitely grow our Work on It Wednesday subscription. You can come in here and it's going to be really cool, because when you subscribe, we'll notify you of the video. And then anytime we do Work on It Wednesday, or in the topics that we're talking in between the workshops, you can come and watch a really quick video, learn how to do something really quick. Really cool stuff. We're super excited. We've also got a new knowledge center that is built now, that you can access from the Extreme Smart Up site, and within your guide that you're in, you will see a knowledge center, so you can go start watching videos. We have over 500 videos we're loading right now, rendering, changing. Gosh, there's tons of them. Like, I can't even begin to tell you how many there are, but they are coming. And if you click on the knowledge center from Extreme Smart Up, you can literally search. Our bots will help you. We've got a ton of stuff coming in here. These are going to be really cool videos for things like, how do I add a company page to my website, or little over enhancements that we'll be sharing in the workshops to make sure that you get those answers as well. So if we don't answer a question, or there's a little bit more training, we'll be sharing those links as well inside the chat. So we definitely want to make sure that you have access to the Knowledge Center. There is no login or password required. We want to share this knowledge because, again, it's just another way for us to help business owners grow. I mean, it's my favorite thing when I hear people say, we just had a catering company, sign up, and, we just finished their website. Gosh, it's not even been a month. And within the first week, he calls me and says, I can't believe how much I've grown my list. He had 33 downloads to a menu that we had created, a real simple menu. Within literally the first week, people were downloading his menu, and he was growing his list. and we created an email marketing to go with that list through MailChimp, which was really cool. So it was automating. So meanwhile, he's over here cooking and his website's collecting lists, right? They're going into MailChimp from his website. And then the first email is going out. And then in 5 more days, it's saying, hey, have you still found a caterer? Can we help you? You know, blah, blah, blah. So it just came in. It was really awesome. Good stuff. So that's what we got going on. Again, super excited about these workshops. We will see you guys next week or next month, and hopefully next week on the YouTube channel. Just keep an eye out on the Work on It Wednesday. We try to share some of these in the groups that are relevant, but again, all of them are going to be on YouTube, and they all are on our Extreme Insight under Work on It Wednesday. You can read the articles as well on each of the weekly episodes. So that's it for now. I hope that everybody has a wonderful, wonderful rest of the week and a great, great holiday season with your friends and family. Be sure to get some rest, but don't forget to set your goals so you can get launched and ready to go for 2019 with your awesome goals. All right, everybody, that's it. Thanks again for watching, and we will see you guys next week on Work on It Wednesday. Have a great, great, great rest of the week and holiday season. We'll see you next year. All right, have a good one.